Well, guys, once again, good evening. Welcome to our session. Iniciamos nuestra segunda semana. Yo creo que ustedes ya se habían dado cuenta tomando como punto de referencia nuestro calendario de actividades. Recuerden que tenemos clase hoy y mañana. ¿Listo? Recuerden que el 7 y el 8 no tenemos clase. El 8 porque es festivo, bueno, el 7 de todas maneras es una fecha como tal especial. Retomaríamos nuevamente el 9 para que lo tengan presente. Igual yo les voy a enviar un correíto como para recordarles ese detalle, a pesar de que pues la información ya se las había compartido en nuestro calendario de actividades. ¿Listo? I just wanted to begin with that part of information, like to remind you that on Wednesday and on Thursday, we won't be having our classes. That was part one. Part two. Guys, I was checking the written part. Estaba revisando la parte escrita, lo voy a decir en español. Y bueno, de alguna manera quizás habían varios parámetros por cumplir. No suelo demorarme tanto en esas revisiones, pero esta vez sí noté muchos errores, no sé si era por la hora, el tema, el cansancio, no sé, quizás hay muchos factores a analizar ahí. Obviamente, como pasan en ese tipo de circunstancias, no era en todos los casos, pero sí en muchos casos me encontré muchas faltas de ortografía, palabras en español, combinando como gramática del inglés con el español, no sé. Era algo que no había visto en los otros escritos que ya habíamos realizado, que lo que les decía quizás era la hora, el cansancio, todavía faltaba una segunda parte de la clase y incluso no alcancé a terminar revisando los textos porque hubo textos que me tomaron mucho más tiempo y haciendo unas correcciones que en ese punto pues son muy básicas. Colocarle el pronombre I en mayúscula o los verbos, muchos verbos me los colocaban regulares siendo irregulares y verbos conocidos porque bueno, no, se dirán no conocemos todos los verbos, puede que sí. Entonces era eso. Entonces no alcancé a terminar, cosa que no suele pasarme, pero sí como de pronto hacer una segunda revisión cada vez que haya como algo escrito de esas cositas de ortografía. Si uno no conoce un verbo, buscarlo. Hay verbos que ya uno se lo sabe de memoria y pues listo, no hay ninguna necesidad de tener que ir a buscar exactamente cuál es la conjugación. Como hay otros verbos que sí, lo que les digo, no les suena o solo buscan la forma base, busquen el pasado para no estar como haciendo esas correcciones que me atrevo a decir que si se hubiera dado una segunda leída al texto, se hubieran podido evitar. Entonces, les debo a la mitad, por decirlo así, la revisión, así como también hubo textos que cumplieron con los parámetros. ¿Cuál fue de pronto el parámetro más común que a veces no se cumplió? El número de palabras, era de 100 a 120. Hubo textos de 70. Les había pedido título, no hubo títulos. Entonces, lo que les decía, no sé si de pronto sea la hora, el cansancio, quizás, no sé, entonces, para que lo tengan presente. ¿Listo? Guys, no sé si tengan alguna pregunta mientras van ingresando. No arranco con regaño, no quiero que lo miren así, pero era solo como para hacer la salvedad porque precisamente para hoy tengo planeado también algo escrito. Y de paso le damos tiempo
De
a los
la
compañeros.
plataforma Teacher.
Sí, Beatriz, yo vi su mensaje y es que la idea es revisar primero en donde dice comprobar mi respuesta. No sé si usted lo hizo. De hecho, pues digamos que la solicitud se escaló a coordinación y se creó un paso a paso. Digamos que yo les había contado hasta la parte del ingreso como tal a la plataforma y ya. También estamos hablando de cuando se vayan a realizar los cuestionarios. Tenemos primero la parte de comprobar antes de revisar el intento, pero cuando se le da a comprobar, pasa como en la guía que hemos hecho de Life Worksheets, ya no hay marcha atrás, por decirlo de alguna manera. Ahí simplemente, entre comillas, nos deja ver qué quedó bien y qué quedó mal. Y luego, después de comprobar, si le damos a terminar intento. ¿Listo? Entonces, para que lo tengamos pendiente. Quizás esa era la parte que estaba como pendiente, por decirlo así, al momento de realizar los cuestionarios. Ya también escaló otra solicitud que fue Kiara acerca de un listening, también la pasé para que también la revisen. Es decir, yo no hago o cada docente no hace el aula virtual, digamos que ya es una herramienta que tenemos a la mano, pero obviamente si hay ajustes por hacer, uno los da a conocer a la coordinación para que ellos hagan el arreglo en los cuestionarios. ¿Listo? Cuénteme, guys, ¿qué más? Okay. Well, guys, also for today, the idea is to talk about the project. El proyecto, como ustedes recuerdan, es para la próxima semana. Digamos que el envío, ese primer draft. Recuerden que ese draft viene siendo lo que vamos a tomar como punto de referencia durante los 4 ciclos que nos dura el A2, hasta que lleguemos a la 2.4. ¿Por qué les estoy recordando desde hoy, a pesar que viene siendo para el 12 de diciembre, que es precisamente el próximo lunes? Porque la idea es que este viernes 9 de diciembre tengamos un espacio en nuestra primera parte de la sesión, no sería con la profe Laura, sería conmigo. Para ese día uno tenemos pues el repaso de lo que estamos trabajando en la unidad 3 de esa semana que arrancamos el día de hoy precisamente. Y segundo, para que de alguna manera uno empiecen a trabajar y también muestren qué tanto llevan. Let me refresh your memory. When we're talking about the project, students are expected to give a presentation about a sport or game of their choosing. This will be done in pairs. They will have to include the following pieces of information: name of the sport, history behind it, important players, team and tournaments, people that excel in this sport, rules and equipments. Okay? No yet, Karen. O sea, dirán, esto es demasiado, pero si miramos el documento, eso se los envía en el segundo correo, incluso a las personas que, digamos, ingresaron unos días después, será el segundo correo que también les envía a ustedes como para que no se me pierdan de alguna manera. Cada entrega va a tener unos parámetros particulares. La idea de esta entrega, de esta primera parte, it says, students have to turn in a Word document, minimum 1 letter size page, like normal size. The idea is they're talking about the following chunks of information. Yo les aclaraba, cuando decíamos chunks of information, es porque todavía esa información como tal no está editada aún. Talking about all the different aspects that I already told you. Todavía no. So, la idea es que el viernes vamos a tener tiempo para que ajusten o para que me muestren de alguna manera qué han buscado o para que también se pongan al día. Y luego, la idea es que el 12 de diciembre ustedes envíen esa información. Guys, regálenme un minutico, qué pena con ustedes. Well, guys, thank you very much. Today we will be working in pairs, a different, let's say, activity. Why not? And the idea is that at the end, you're going to tell me the person you will be working with. El viernes, un poquito tarde, también les envié un correo en el cual les informaba como dónde podían ustedes ingresar para ver el material de las sesiones. Y de alguna manera ese es el material que hemos estado usando durante estos días. Hoy incluí este documento en Excel que se llama Project. ¿Listo? Es súper sencillo. La idea es que el orden acá no significa que vayan a pasar en ese orden o que en ese orden yo les vaya a preguntar el viernes cómo van. No, no tiene, digamos que esa intención. Simplemente es como para llevar el control. Aquí la idea es que ustedes me digan, pues con la persona que van a trabajar y el deporte de cuál van a hablar. ¿Listo? Preferiblemente, ojalá que cada uno hable de deporte diferente. Pero bueno, evidentemente no es uno de los parámetros que están en nuestro formato como tal del proyecto, así que pues para que lo tengamos ahí pendiente. ¿Me podrían confirmar, porfa, si ya les sale este documento? Bueno, lo más importante es si lo pueden editar. ¿Alguien podría ingresar y revisar, por favor?
Sí, Miss, ya salen.
Listo. Y lo pueden editar porque lo que hice fue subir pues un Excel creado y pues a veces Google Drive tiene sus mañas, por decirlo de alguna
Ya,
manera.
ya veo.
Thank you very much.
No, profe, todavía aparece solo lectura.
¿Sí? Ok.
Ahí por fuera le das ahí en compartir y ahí le cambias.
Sí, claro, subir el solo Excel no me percaté que podían editar. Tienen toda la razón. No les pregunté. Entonces ustedes dirán, no, pero yo todavía no sé con quién trabajar. Ya, de pronto algunos, si ya la tienen segura, listo, perfecto, se organizan. La idea es que sean parejas, precisamente para esa parte colaborativa, esa parte de interacción. Yo sé que muchos de ustedes por su nivel se pueden defender perfectamente, pero la idea es eso, que podamos trabajar de forma colaborativa. Hoy igual vamos a hacer una actividad, precisamente ahorita arrancando, que tiene que ver con speaking, por si no saben todavía con quién trabajar y quizás se quieran poner de acuerdo, perfecto, pero esa viene siendo como la intención de esta primera parte. ¿Ok? Questions?
Ninguna, Miss.
Ok, guys, bueno, yo creo que ya aproveché todos estos minuticos y ya voy a tomar asistencia. Guys, súper importante, recuerden que la asistencia se toma los primeros 15 minutos. Ustedes dirán, pero si yo ingreso a las y 35, igual ingresé a la sesión. Es, digamos que uno de los parámetros o una de las directrices que más tenemos que seguir al pie de la letra. Entonces, no es de mala fe, ni mucho menos, no quiero que lo piensen de esa manera. Es simplemente un parámetro que estamos siguiendo. Voy a dejar de compartir por un momento mientras tomo asistencia. Ya doy ingreso acá. Permitir. Ok. Andrés Felipe Jaimes. Not yet. Ah, bueno, ahí está Andrés Felipe. Estoy tomando asistencia para las personas que acabaron de ingresar, solo que hay precisamente uno de los nombres que estoy ahorita llamando a lista. Entonces, Andrés Felipe Jaimes.
Present teacher.
Okay. Continue with Juan Sebastián Marín.
Present teacher.
Let's continue with Jennifer Paola Martínez.
Present.
Welcome. Let's continue with Kiara Lisette Martínez.
Present teacher.
Jorge Jair Moreno.
Present teacher.
Okay. Diego Fernando Olarte.
Present teacher.
Okay. Dana Valentina Ortiz. Okay. Now Manuela Ortiz.
Present teacher.
Okay. Sorry. Joan Sebastián Pavón. Sebastián. Beatriz Omaira Pedraza.
Present.
Okay. Juliet Stephanie Rangel.
Present.
Okay. Xiomara Caterina Rincón.
Teacher.
Okay. Jessica Paola Ríos.
Present.
Very good. Caterina Alexandra Rodríguez.
Present, Miss.
Okay. Marlon Yesid Sánchez. Marlon Yesid. We'll see. Mendy Fabian Santa.
Present, teacher.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Karen Juliet Torres.
Present.
Okay. María Alejandra Vega. María Alejandra Vega Helves. Not yet. Vanessa Zambrano. Todavía no está. Natalia Navarro.
Present.
Okay. Sergio Andrés Navarro. Not here. And William Santiago Paón. Not yet. Well, guys, I hope that they remember when they log in to inform me that they are in the session. I'm going to share a screen again. Well, once again, guys, welcome. Today we officially begin our Unit 3. Unit 3 talks about work and rest. If you have, I know that you have the book, of course. We are talking about pages 24 and 25. Now, which are going to be the aspects that we are going to study on Unit 3. We will be talking about, in terms of grammar, you will be studying should and shouldn't, can and can't, have to and don't have to. That means that we will be studying different aspects related to modals. In terms of vocabulary, we will be talking about daily routines. We will be talking about jobs. The task eventually that we will be doing, decide on the best job. And if we have time, of course, we will be talking about amazing trains, talking about probably an activity that we can use to rest. Guys, the first part of the questions, we're gonna do it in here. The first part is going to be done individually, okay? Si ustedes se preguntan, esto que les voy a preguntar es lo que tenemos acá. I just wanted to make some changes on how the activity was presented on the book. I'm going to read the instruction for you. It says, read the following questions individually, answer them and take down some notes. You don't have to show me any notes. It's because we have 4 questions. The idea of writing down some notes is for you to remember the information that you're sharing. I'm going to read also the questions. It says, on weekdays, is your routine the same or different every day? Number 2, in what ways is your routine different at the weekend? Number 3, do you find it easy to sleep during the day? How often do you do it? And 4, do you ever sleep on public transport? For example, the bus, the train, or plane. Why or why not? This is the first part that you will be doing. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. For the moment, when I tell you to write down, it's just like general ideas, you know, very general thoughts. I'm not asking you for the moment like to write very specific information. No, that's not the intention. Just like a kind of brainstorming, a kind of draft of these 4 questions. Remember, this first part is going to be individually. I would like to know, you have any questions about vocabulary maybe first?
What is wise? Wise.
Ways, like styles maybe? Maneras? Styles work as well. Well, guys, as I was telling you, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes for you to answer your questions on your own. Then on the next part, I will give you the instructions because this is going to be collaborative work. So I'm not going to interrupt you for 5 minutes. Let's begin. Well, guys, time's up. Remember that the idea on this first part for the moment was for you just like to, let's say, brainstorm some answers and to give some information related to these 4 questions about daily routine. Now, what we're going to do is this. You will be sent out to some breakout rooms. Let's see how many of us are here. Around 5 groups. Yes. Guys, so I'm going to have a look, or we are going to have a look at the second part of this activity. That is instruction number 2. It says, you will be sent to breakout rooms where all participants will share the answers. You will be working in some groups. There will be 3 or 4 people, depending on, let's say, how many of you can actually go to the breakout rooms. And the idea that you're going to share your answers, okay? At the end of the day, probably some aspects that we are sharing are very similar among each other, would be nice. But the day that all of you provide answers of the information that I am asking you today. It's very important that on each group, you are going to choose one person that is going to be the speaker. When we get back, here it said 7 minutes, probably I'm going to add 1 more minute. The idea that when we get back, this person, the speaker, is going to be in charge of summarize all the answers. We gotta be very, let's say, precise with this word, because when I say summarize, it's because in one moment, let's say, we are going to talk about the answer of everybody. Sorry, it's not that this person said this, this, and that. The other person said this and this and that. The other person said this and this and that. That's not the point. As you know, summarize is when you put together in a few words the information that in this case was being shared by you. Each speaker is going to have up to 2 minutes to summarize the information that was shared on the answers that we have in here. I'm going to change here the parameters para que puedan compartir pantalla en cada una de sus salas y no tengan que ponerse a adivinar. ¿Listo? Acá están los participantes. Yes. So guys, do you have any questions about the instruction? Okay. Sorry. Remember, the idea that you give the information, that you choose the speaker, and then when we get back, that person is in charge of sharing, well, the different answers that you shared in the group. So, of course, the rooms will be created at random. I really, really hope that all of you can actually participate and speak. And let's begin. I said 7 minutes, but because in this case, there are groups that are bigger than others, you're going to have 1 more minute, not 2, 1 more minute. So you're going to have in total 8 minutes. Let's begin. Remember, share your answers, summarize. So then at the end, all of us can share the information. Let's begin. Yes. Well, guys, welcome back. On this next part, the idea, sorry, yes, is that you are going to share the answers that you, let's say, collected from each group. Yes. The intention was like to summarize. We were talking about very general aspects. Let me share this slide again. Talking about your routine, not only about the activities, but even also talking about sleeping. On this final part specifically, this part is the one that is going to take us to today's first reading exercise. So guys, let's begin. I would like to begin with group number 1. We had Andres Felipe, Stephanie, and Jessica. Which one of you guys is the, let's say, volunteer or is going to be the speaker in order to share the answers? I'm going to set up the timer. Remember that the idea is that you're going to have up to 2 minutes to share the answers that you collected from your group. Ahí está. So, which one of you guys?
Stephanie, profe.
Okay, very good. So, Stephanie, tell us.
Me? Okay. The first question, on weekdays is your routine the same, different every day? Yes. Andres Felipe, Jessica, and me. The routine is the same. Usually go to work, cook, watch TV. ¿Todas las preguntas, profe?
Well, like a summary, like what would be like the conclusion that you collected from your group?
Oh,
More than that
pero
way.
de todo.
Yes, from all of them. Well, it's not necessary to go one by one, but if that is how you prepare it, okay.
Okay. The weekends, the routine is different. They wake up late, say to the girlfriend, out the party, order food at home. Don't cook.
Okay.
We don't we can't sleep during the day. Never.
Okay. That happens.
And sleep on public transport? No.
None of you? Okay.
No. Because I'm afraid of being robbed, maybe.
Of being robbed. Okay, unfortunately, that is a possible situation to happen. Okay, Stephanie, thank you very much. Actually, good timing. There we have the 2 minutes. Thanks for sharing your information. Let's move to group number 2. We had Beatriz, Kiara, and Manuela. So, ladies, which one of you is going to be the speaker?
The first question, Kiara and Manuela, not the same routines.
Routine. Okay.
Routine, but me the same.
Okay.
The second, at the weekend, Kiara, she visits her parents. Visits her parents at Bucaramanga and goes other places.
Okay.
Manuela, she goes to cinema and she gets up late at maybe 9 p.m. And me,
she gets up at 9 p.m.
a.m.
Ah, okay. It is possible. I just wanted to clarify. Okay.
Yes, a.m. But me, I share with my husband and visit different restaurants. Do you find too easy to sleep during the day? Or yes, every day.
Okay.
And how often do you eat? And Kiara, Kiara needs to sleep at 12 p.m.
Okay.
Manuela and me, maybe during days.
Okay.
Un momento.
Mhm.
Do you ever
Anytime.
sleep on public transport? Manuela, no.
Manuela
does-
doesn't.
He doesn't.
She doesn't.
He doesn't, sorry.
Right.
And Kiara and me, yes, they do.
We do.
Eh,
We.
Kiara, she leaves when they travel for 2 hours. And me, the same, or the fly long time.
The flight
I
is for a
sleep.
long time.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Also, good timing for sharing your answers. Let's look at group number 3. We had Jennifer, Jorge, and Mandy. So who's the speaker from your group?
It's Jennifer, teacher.
Mandy, thank you. Well, Jennifer,
Yes,
what can
teacher.
you summarize from your group?
So the routine for Jorge is different because sometimes he said, sometimes he go to the university, and another
goes.
time he walks.
He walks.
Yes, walks.
Okay.
And Mandy and me is the same because in my case, I go to my university every day and I come back to my home very late. So for Mandy, he
For
goes
Mandy.
to, yes, for Mandy, he works every day until very late. And at the weekend, for everyone is different because we can sleep until 10 a.m.
That's nice.
Yes, we can sleep during the day because someone's Mandy works and I go to university and everyone is busy.
Absolutely.
And we can sleep on public transport because it's uncomfortable.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jennifer. Nice summary from your group. Let's look at group number 4. Diego, Natalia, and Valentina. Who's the speaker? Okay, Diego. Let me.
In the first and second question, our answers are different because Valentina and Natalia have the same daily routine because they work and study. In my case, my daily routine are different every day because
It's different.
I don't work now. For the rest question, we are think same. We don't like sleep during the day, and we have been asleep in the bus when we felt very tired.
Okay, that was a pretty summary. Remember, Diego, you said we are think the same. We think the same. Right. Just to keep that in mind. Probably you were speaking quite fast, so keep that in mind. But thank you for the summary. Group number 5, Catherine, Sebastian Pavón, Xiomara Caterine. So who's the speaker from your group?
It's me. It's me.
Okay. What can you
The
tell us
first
about your
one,
group, Catherine?
my group are Xiomara and Sebastián. Okay. The first one, on weeks, Xiomara have a monotonous routine.
Okay.
Has a monotonous routine. And Sebas and I depends of our school. Yeah, school of the weeks.
It depends
The
on
second
what?
one, or schools.
Schools?
Yes.
Escuelas?
No, skills. Horarios.
Schedules.
Skill is
No, schedules.
schedules.
Okay.
Depends of this. The second one is different the days of the week and the weekends because we all get up late and enjoy free times. going to work, wake up late. We know new place, restaurants, go out with her friends. The third one is no. It's difficult for everyone to sleep during the day in the workplace. Or do you ever sleep on public transport? Yes. Everyone almost sleep in the bus in the morning because it's very early when we have leave home in the
Have
morning.
left.
Yes, left.
Okay. Catherine, thank you very much for your summary. It was pretty good. So you can relax now. And
Okay.
group number 6, we have Karen, Juliet, and Sebastian Marin. Well, the two of you, but anyway, which one of you was chosen to be the speaker?
Teacher, I am the speaker.
Sorry,
Well,
that was from the previous group. Sorry, Sebastian. Now it is your turn.
okay. And the number 1, on the weekdays, our routine is the same. This routine depends on the university, the classes or activities. And the second question, the ways that we make different our routine at the weekend. Well, each one do any activities at the weekend, go out with friends or rest all the day. And the number 3, I prefer sleep during the night, but my classmate prefer during of the day. And the last question, we think that sleep on public transport is dangerous, so we can sleep.
Can't. Okay, Sebastian, thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for sharing your answers. I really, really hope that all of you took the time to share the information that you had. In general aspects, well, in some cases I was interrupting you, like giving you the information of pronunciation and stuff, but in general it was pretty good. Maybe just some general aspects when we say things like each one, everybody, that is third person. Okay, for example, we say everybody goes to work. Each one has to send the assignment. In grammar, that's considered third person. And finally, the pronunciation of public. Of course, we see the U and we think that it is like Spanish, like public. But in English, you know that the U, sorry, in some cases changes a little bit the pronunciations. And in this particular case, it is public. But thank you very much, guys, for sharing your answers. Now, if we have a look at our books, this would be page 25. And as I was telling you, the last question from the activity that you were sharing precisely was talking about sleeping. And in very general terms, we're going to be reading this kind of article that it is, let's say, comparing two types of sleeping. And let's see how similar or different it is to the way you sleep. And the title says, short sleeper or long sleeper, which is healthier? Probably at this point, you already have your opinion, you know, based on what you have read, probably based on, let's say, current trends, what is more popular these days. The idea is, according to the article, let's build your own opinion, why not, and decide in which cases, which is better. We'll see. The test, the article is a little bit long. So what you're going to do in this case is going to be individually. I'm going to give you 7 minutes for you to read the text, okay? Different from the other days that I ask you like one by one to read the paragraph. In this case, we're going to do it in a different way. I'm going to display here the screen. I know that you have the book anyway. And as I was telling you, it's a pretty simple text. It's talking about this doctor, Ukena Okoye, and her routine, her sleeping routine. Then it's talking about some other aspects about how people sleep around the world. And then it's showing or presenting a kind of conclusion based on the question that we had as a title. which is healthier, short sleeper or long sleeper? So I'm going to display it here in case that you don't have the book yet. I'm going to give you 7 minutes. And after the 7 minutes, I'm going to ask you your opinion about the article. This activity is going to be done individual, of course. Guys, do you have any questions about the instruction?
No, Miss.
Okay, guys, 7 minutes is starting now. Let's see what your opinion is after reading this article. Let's begin.
Miss, qué pena. ¿Puedes compartir la pantalla, porfa?
I'm not sharing the screen. No, estoy compartiendo pantalla.
Yes, the
Sí, profe.
Yes.
Voy a dejar de
article.
compartir y voy a volver a compartir a ver si de pronto X cosa puede estar pasando. Ahora. Ya estoy compartiendo. Bueno, sigue compartiendo, pero volví a compartir nuevamente, más bien.
That's my internet.
Ah, okay. Do you have the pin of the book?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, remember that in that part works as well. But do you see the reading now? Okay, guys, thumbs up. As I was telling you, the idea was to read the article. In this case, we were, let's say, aiming at a different approach. You read the article individually to get information. Let me display the title as well. Talking about, let's say, the possible differences between a short sleeper and a long sleeper. The questions that we have in here, well, some of the questions will be answered by you. And well, guys, based on the information that you read, and probably why not based on what you already know, I would like to ask you, which one is better, a short sleeper or long sleeper? According to you, okay, based on what you know, your experience, probably also comparing to or adding the information that you read from the article, which one is better, a short or long sleeper? There are 5 answers already, very good. There should be 17. 17 nomás. Tengo que revisar la asistencia. And while you send the answers, I'm going to check this up. Twelve answers. $13. Let's wait for 2 more, maybe. But it's almost a tie. Not anymore. Well, we have 14. I guess that we can use this number. So for the moment, you consider that it is better. Well, let's put it in percentage. It looks more elegant. 57% of you consider that it is better to be a short sleeper. And 43% of you, it is better to be a long sleeper. Now, guys, what was the conclusion from the article? Which one of you guys would like to share it?
Teacher, don't have difference in health with the people to is alone or a short sleeper.
Very good. According to the article, as Mandy was saying, just to summarize his idea, it says that there isn't like a real difference, right? Between talking about of which one is better. Of course, everything has its benefits. There are some particular needs, but that was the opinion of the article, right? What about you guys? Are you short sleeper or long sleeper? The idea, guys, is that you expand on your opinion. Don't tell me just short sleeper and no more. No, give me extra information. Which examples on the article were they giving of short sleepers? Some famous people were named, right? Do you remember some of the names?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio?
Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci.
Yeah, really, Leo doesn't sleep? Okay.
You are in low.
John F. Kennedy.
Madonna.
Okay.
Madonna.
Very good. Just a very few examples of people who were or are as well, past and present, short sleepers. What about you guys? In your case, in your experience, notice that, of course, it is not black and white. Probably some of you would say that not one, neither the other. But share your opinion. In this case, I didn't give you like a number of expected words, just like a very simple, let's say, a statement that somehow supports if you are short or long sleeper. I don't want to interrupt you anymore with my voice. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, okay? And then we would have a look at the answers that you share. Well, guys, time's up. Of course, while we read some of the answers that you guys have already sent, you still have some time to send your answers. Ay, lo primero que dije, give me more information, long sleeper, okay? Someone says, I am long sleeper, but I don't sleep for more than 8 hours. Careful with the than in here. And next, a following answer, I mean, I'm a long sleeper because for me it's difficult to get, bueno, después del turno le ponemos la S, to get up from my bed. I really like to sleep and I enjoy naps. Absolutely. I am a long sleeper. I need to sleep. No, perdón. I need sleep to have energy for very busy days. When I go to bed early, I wake up in a good mood. I have more energy and my day is productive. Absolutely. I am a short sleeper because I sleep 6 hours or less, but in my holidays and the weekends, I try to rest off my weekdays routine. Of course. I am a long sleeper. If I short sleeper, I feel tired. Sería, if I were a short sleeper, I would feel tired. Let me use Spanish for a moment. Si yo fuera, short sleeper no es un verbo, es un sustantivo. Obviamente, la traducción es un poquito más larga en español, but we are talking about someone. I think that people should keep a schedule to go to bed and get up of at least 7 hours to recharge energies. Because short sleepers could lose their memory and in the future, and long sleepers don't have discipline in their routine. Okay, that was a pretty critical point of view. I am a short sleeper. I get up every day at 4:30 except on weekends. I felt that during the day I can make a lot of things. Después del can no le hacemos ningún cambio al verbo. One more. For me, I think that it is the best to be, ya dijimos que tiene que haber un verbo acá, long sleeper because the mind needs to rest almost 8 hours and the body needs to relax. The humans have to distribute the time for to sleep and for to do exercise for job. Bueno, esa es una de las cosas también que he visto bastante en los textos. Me incluyen mucho el for to y no es solo una persona. Aquí sería solo to. Eso for sería quien está recibiendo. I am a long sleeper because I feel very tired. I am a long sleeper because I feel very tired if I sleep less than 8 hours every day. But I am very organized with my daily routine and I can do many activities every week like work, English classes, dance classes, etc. Kiara, very organized, absolutely. This is not easy. I only need 6 hours of sleep to feel rested because at the university it's very common, little sleep and lots of study. Unfortunately, that's the reality, right? When you're at university and then when you're working. I am an intermediate sleeper because I usually sleep 7 hours. You know, actually, I was waiting for an answer like that. Like maybe who is not like on one side or on the other, a medium, an intermediate sleeper. That is a nice term. You can coin it. I am a short sleeper because I only need 6 hours of sleep to feel rested because at the university, I had already read that one. Okay, it was sent twice. Somehow it was like sent with the similar information. Why not? Well, guys, thank you very much for sharing your answers. Of course, we all have different routines. Everybody has a different way, you know, of resting. Could be long sleepers or short sleepers and taking naps. Some people don't really need to sleep that much. As you already noticed from the article, well, there are some, let's say, special cases, why not, or moments in life when people actually need to sleep more or less. You know, and to, let's say, wrap up the information from the article, here we have some statements, and the idea is to decide if the statements are true or false. Mandy, please, could you read the instruction for 2A? Mandy? Let's see the chat. Okay, Mandy, no problem. Let me ask then Kiara, please, could you read the instruction?
Read the text again and decide if the statements are true or false.
Very good. Well, I don't know how much you need to read again. The good thing, I dare to say, is that all these statements are very, let's say, literal in terms of the information that is being requested to analyze. Here we have 8. We're going to read all of them, of course. Natalia, could you read sentences 1, 2, 3, and 4, please?
Yes. One, Dr. Ushena Okoye gets up at the same time every day. She doesn't go to bed late. She often feels tired during the day. And Dr. Okoye has more than one job.
That's it. Let's have a look at statements 5, 6, 7, and 8. Xiomara Caterine.
Desde las 5, teacher.
Yes.
97% of people are lone sleepers. As number 6, nowadays, people sleep less than they did in the 19th century. Number 7, babies sleep more than teenagers. Number 8, there are important differences between long sleepers and short sleepers.
Thank you, Samara. Differences. It was in plural. Very good. Notice that it is or true or false. We don't have like in between. That's the idea. Second, notice also that all the statements, let's say that they are organized in the way it was presented in the article. When I say it, I'm talking about the information. I mean, question number 1 or statement number 1, sorry, is not in the final part of the text. Or for example, statement number 8 is not at the beginning of the article. So all the statements are in order. Okay, just to keep that in mind. Well, guys, let's decide if those statements are true or false. I don't know if you need to take a screenshot of the reading, maybe. And then I just display the sentences. De pronto necesiten tomar una captura. Si no están usando el libro, que yo creería que sí. Me dirán si ya está tomada. ¿Listo? Okay. Well, I'm going to display the statements in here. As I was telling you, well, I know that anyway, we need some time to analyze it, but the statements are kind of literal. And of course, they are all related to the information that we read. You don't have to go beyond or like to make a critical analysis. That's not the idea. But anyway, I want to give you once again 7 minutes for you to analyze the statements. True or false? That's it. Let's begin. Okay, guys, very good. Time's up. On this part, we were analyzing the statements. The idea was to decide if they were true or false, of course, according to the information of the article. Let's see, Beatriz, could you read the statement number 1, please?
Yes. Number 1, Dr. Uchenna Okoye get up at the same time every day. The answer is true.
Very good. It doesn't matter all the different activities that she had. It was true. Let's have a look at number 2. Diego, please, could you read the statement?
2. She doesn't go to bed late. It's true. At 10 o'clock.
So it's true. Notice that the statement is negative, right? If we say that she doesn't go to bed.
Okay. It's false. False.
It's false. Yeah, because you were saying at what time does she go to bed, Diego?
Yes, at 10 o'clock.
So it is quite late. Yeah, the negative statements tend to be tricky. You know, we have to be very careful with those, let's say, controlling words somehow. Let's have a look at the statement number 3. Jennifer Paola, could you read it, please?
Yes, teacher. And she often feels tired during the day, and it's false.
Absolutely. Number 4, Jorge, could you read it, please?
Yes. Dr. Okoye.
Okoye. Yeah, it's like
Okoye
African, I guess.
has more than one job. It's true.
Very good. Did you remember the different jobs that she had?
Charity.
And
clinical dental surgery.
clinic. Okay. Very good. And also other activities like on a TV show. Well, many things. Let's have a look at number 5. I'm going to ask Karen Juliet. Could you read it, please?
97% of people are long sleeper. That is true.
Is it actually true?
No.
Do you agree, guys? Who said no? It is tricky, you know, but I would like to know your opinion first. Catherine, what do you think?
3 is false.
No, 5. 5
is true.
It's true.
In the reading, say that only about 3% of people are short sleepers.
Yes, but then we can't assume that all the other 97% are long sleepers. Notice what happened in the Mentimeter. Some of you said that you're like in between, you're like intermediate sleepers. And remember that also, I don't wanna spoil the answers in the next part. Okay, there are some people that based on their age, they have to sleep more or less. So I get that you do the math, you know, like, okay, if 3% are short sleepers, that means that 97% are long sleepers, but we can't assume that the whole percentage, you know, the other rest belong to long sleepers. Notice that we were talking about young people, older people, and we belong to different categories, right? So it is tricky because I get that we do the math. If 3% is this, 97% has to be this. But in conclusion, it is false. Okay, let's not assume that all the 97% are long sleepers. That's my point. Okay, is it clear, guys? Did I convince you with my answer? Katerina, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, like let's be careful with those conclusions that we may like. Everybody's then long sleeper. No, not really. Let's have a look at, yes, Beatriz?
This is false because the article not specific.
It's not specific, absolutely. Very good. Yeah, it is tricky. We could say like, if we had a third option, like it doesn't say, but we don't have that option, right? It was or true or false, that's it. But let's take also Beatriz's point of view. It is not that specific, so it is definitely false. We are not talking about the 97%. That's it. Thank you, Beatriz. I'm going to ask Number 6 to Kiara Lisette. Please, could you read it? Where is Kiara? No way.
Okay. I no nowadays people is nowadays people sleep less than they didn't.
They did. Okay. Sorry.
The 19th century is true.
Very good. Do you remember the number of hours that they used to sleep in the past? According to the article, of course. Do you remember, guys, the number of hours that they said that people used to sleep in the 19th century?
No.
In fact,
It's
it's 10
more
hours.
10 hours.
10 hours. Very good. Thank you, guys, for helping Kiara in this case. Manuela, could you read statement 7, please?
Yes. Babies sleep more than teenagers.
Teenagers.
Yes, true.
Okay, very good. Do you remember the number of hours that babies sleep according to the article, of course?
12.
18.
18.
Around 18 hours. Very good. And we finish with number 8. Mandy, could you read the statement, please, maybe?
There are important difference between long sleepers and short sleepers.
Differences?
False.
It is false. Thank you, Mandy. Well, we already concluded that when we read the article, that maybe we have a kind of preference, you know, on the way we like to sleep. But at the end of the day, it is not telling you that we have to be one way or we have to choose or we have to sleep like a huge amount of hours. That's not the point. Of course, everybody is a different case. Well, guys, our final activity is going to be like this. I'm going to share with you. Is this one? Yes. Well, maybe at this point, I already have the link, but okay, it's fine. At this point, I'm sure that you already know the slide that you are usually working on, I really hope. And during this whole session, we have been talking about what you like, you know, like what you agree with, the point of view that you actually follow. But be very careful about the instruction that we have in here. It says, read the following quotes. Which two do you completely disagree with? Okay, not the ones that you like, not the ones that you support, the one that you actually think are correct. We're going to, let's say, change our perspective and you're going to, let's say, support why you disagree on some of these quotes. On some, no, on 2 quotes in specific. Here we have 5. Let's read them, of course. I'm going to ask Natalia, could you read 1 and 2? Let me present it here. Maybe they are bigger, so you can see better.
Yes. Without enough sleep, we all become 2 years old. The worst thing in the world is to try to sleep and not to.
Okay, and let's read, well, the other 3 quotes that we have in here. Sebastian, Marin, could you read them, please?
People who say they sleep like a baby usually don't have one. For me, sleeping is waste of time when I could be living. Dreams are the thoughts that we don't have time to think during the day.
Okay, very good, guys. I would like to know if maybe you have any question related to vocabulary. Questions? Are you on your corresponding slide, you know, like the one that you actually should be working on? Let me stop sharing my camera for a moment. Just in case, I'm going to share my screen again in a moment, just to make sure that you actually are on the slide that you should be on. Let me share screen again. Okay, here we have your slides. I know that at this point for you, it's like regular normal thing. But to avoid any type of confusion, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds for you to have a look at this one. Okay, I'm sure that you're already in your slide. Make sure that one, please write your name, and two, careful with the instruction. I'm going to turn into Spanish. Guys, pilas con la instrucción. Evidentemente, siempre vamos puliendo esos detallitos, pero fíjense acá, the ones that you completely disagree with. No quiero leer, esta me gusta porque, estoy de acuerdo porque, We have already learned from our previous, let's say, activities. Let's make sure that we talk about the aspects that are being requested. Okay, do you have any questions?
Teacher, only two of these I span with my opinion.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, only two. Okay.
Only two. Very good.
Teacher, in this moment, I can write in the document because yes, because I am in my cell phone. When I arrive to my house, I do the exercise.
Okay.
I'm going to do the exercise.
Okay, that's okay, Mandy, right? Is that you? Don't worry. Yeah. Anyway, well, you know that on the second part of the session, you are going to continue working on the following topic that we have with Professor Laura. In case that you don't finish it, well, I am going to check it tomorrow, plus the other, let's say, texts that are pending. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to make sure that you actually typed your names. Juan Sebastián is on the second, Jennifer Paola, Kiara, Diego Fernando. Slide number 8. No tiene nombre. 11, Beatriz. Bueno, y de paso con esto me aseguro de la asistencia. No solo que están conectados, sino que están. Xiomara Caterine, Caterina Alexandra, Karen Juliet, Natalia Navarro, y no están al final. Well, guys, we have 7 minutes notice. Let me turn my camera on. Notice that the comments are very short. And on that same sense, I'm expecting you to write something very short and very precise. Different from the activity that we did the other day that I was telling you, okay, it is 100 words. In this case, very short, very simple, where you explain how you disagree on these comments that we have in here. Disagree with, sorry, these comments that we have in here. We still have 6 minutes. Let me know if you have any question. Let's have a look at the chat. Xiomara, claro que sí. Aquí la tenemos. Cierro la cámara. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes of silence para no seguirlos interrumpiendo. Let me know if you have any question. Well, guys, I'm going to start having a look at some of your answers. Remember to check spelling. Ok, I am disagree. Bueno, en inglés es I disagree. Listo, guys. El am, pues es del español, porque no dice yo soy, perdón, yo estoy, what, Spanish. But in English we don't need am, para que lo vayamos eliminando por si de pronto se nos escapó por ahí. And if I remember to eliminate this, I am not. It's not with verb to be. Let's have 2 more minutes while I keep on checking. Number 3. Well, Kiara Lisette. Another is singular. The word another makes reference to singular, okay? So you said another daily routines would be other daily routines. Okay, let's go to the bottom. One more minute. Okay. Complete, incomplete, Karen Juliet. Ese sí, aquí hace verbo. Need to sleep would be. And need to sleep very well too. I would eliminate this could. I think that you want to see para poder hacer. Pero el tú no puede ir con el could. Voy a hacer de que el ajuste pronto para que to be able to. Okay, very good. Well, guys, time's up. As I was telling you, the idea was to give very precise comments on what you disagree with. Remember, different from everything that we were doing, like your opinion, what you like, what you think it's good, blah, blah, blah. In this case, is now the whole opposite thing. If you haven't finished, okay, finished, very good. Some of you haven't finished, don't worry. We'll check this tomorrow, but as I was telling you, the idea was to make very precise comments. So guys, please do not forget to let me know eventually the person you will be working on the project with. I already have here the spaces. Remember that the idea is that it is done in pairs. In case that maybe you don't know, well, we still have tomorrow. Remember that on Wednesday and on Thursday, we don't have class. And on Friday, we will be working on some, let's say, preparation on what the first draft of the project is. Guys, do you have any question? Questions?
No, me.
Okay, Catherine, thank you very much. Well, guys, remember, of course, on the second part, you continue with Professor Laura. Don't forget to finish your comments, okay? Guys, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care, everybody.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye,
Teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher. Have a good night.